And well, we saw it there, but we've got another exciting race coming up because it's the most unlikely repechage ever in the men's eights, with Great Britain and Germany. Germany won in Belgrade. Great Britain were just close second, but these two finished behind in the time trials the might of the Netherlands and Australia, who have qualified directly for the final. Here is the replay of the start. Be no surprise that Germany will. They're very deliberate off Germany, weren't they? First 2 or 3 strokes there.
They were. The Germans normally see them get away a little bit quicker than that.
No fuss, though.
Let's remember there's only one repechage here, so it's 4 to qualify. 4 to qualify out of these 6. And the Italians, always high rating. It's their first race in 2018, but they're unchanged from the crew that got the silver medal in Sarasota. But there's more work to be done for them, as we see at the front of the field, the British with a small lead over the Germans coming through 750.
That's a decent lead. The Germans up at 40 strokes a minute, the British at 38, and that's a really, really nice moving shot of the British there, because you can see that big man Mo Sabihi, your crewmate from 2012, just nice and comfortable in the bow. Just really getting hold of it well on the front ends. The Dutch
second boat up there in, looks like they're in 3rd place, although we'll get a look here at the Italians down here in the front of the picture when we get the angle here through 1,000. Yeah, the British with a small lead ahead of the Germans, then the Netherlands, and then it is the Italians, the New Zealanders here still not out of it at all. And the Polish crew probably struggling. To me, this is about the British putting the hammer down on the Germans. That's what they want to do. And Henry Fieldman, the cox there, will be calling to Will Satch, you know, this is where we do damage. We know we're quicker than them in Belgrade. I think the Germans aren't having such a good row. Matt Tarrant behind him, backing him up. Alan Sinclair in the 6th seat. Mo Sabihi behind him. And then you've brought in the Tom Ransley. You can just see the bowman who rode with you in that 8 in London in 2012, Greg. Yeah, that's right, in the bow seat, an Olympic champion there, Tom Ransley, just starting to squeeze up onto the bow ball of the German boat. At the moment, that's a lead in an 8, but it's not a comfortable lead. It's not a winning lead. That's the lead you had in 2012 when you went through this point of the race, isn't it, Greg? That is about as much as we got up in front of this German 8. Then the German 8 came back at us back then in 2012. Richard Schmidt there in the 7th seat was in that boat too, and they'll really want to respond now. Doesn't look that clean though, to me. Doesn't look clean and efficient. And they are digging in. They are flat out 100% that German 8, and at the moment they're not moving back on the British 8. The British still have that slight lead, but it is enough of a lead in an 8s race. I think it is in an 8s race. How about Netherlands 2 though? Challenging to be qualifiers as well. 4 will go through here. What if the Netherlands could get 2 boats into a World Cup final here? Yeah, it's Great Britain out in front, Germany to their right. Then you've got Netherlands 2 on that far side. New Zealand are in there vying with Netherlands 2, hoping to get that qualification slot. Italy will probably qualify safely, last year's bronze medalists. But look, the British are taking it to the Germans, and this will all be about doing damage to the Germans' reputation. Germany lost in the time trial yesterday to Australia. They will now lose another race to Great Britain. And Henry Fieldman looking across to his left, to his right, and the Italians coming back on the Germans, and the British could have clear water at the end, Greg. Well, sensation. A great race from the British 8 out in front here. They've really moved on, as we thought they might in the 3rd quarter, but this time they were in front of the Germans when they started moving on. The German 8 struggling, and fantastic really from these other crews coming through. What about the Netherlands 2 still? That's amazing. Agony in the ecstasy for the British. They've seen the men's quad go out of the final. They're now seeing the men's 8 beat the Germans, the world champions, and the Italians coming back on the Germans in the last few strokes. They will scent blood as well. This could be a really big upset for German sweep rowing. British will take the gold medal. They won't quite have the clear water that we thought, but that will be a sweet win for the British. Germany in 2nd, Italy in 3rd. Who was 4th? I think it's a photo finish between the Netherlands 2 and New Zealand for who's going to qualify for this final. Poland were pushed out of it at the back, but a great result for the British 8. All to play for tomorrow when Australia and the Netherlands come back into it, having qualified directly. There's no hands in the air or anything like that, is there, for the British? There won't be. It's a repechage. They want to see this as business as usual. They want to turn the boat round. They want to see everything as business as usual. They do. It's so boring.
So there's the Germans, the drive off the front.
And they look good in the first half of the race. They seem to
Yeah.
get themselves out. We didn't see it, but they got themselves in a position you expect to see the German 8, which is just moving on the rest of the field. But then the British were able to come through at that 7:50.
There's the Kiwis. We don't know if they are in a qualifying place. We know that Britain, Germany and Italy have got through. There's the British out in front. Shot of the back of the Cox from Leander Club, Henry Fieldman. And his opposite number, Martin Zauer, urging the stroke man, Hannes Ocek, on. But that's a decent margin, Greg, as we can see. A nice shot from the drone, I think, that.
Yeah, lovely picture of the course. You can see the course there, and you see the Danube River in the background. So we sit beside that course.
Britain. So, confirmation of the results, and I think it will say that Netherlands have got a second boat in the final. There it is, Netherlands 2, 100th of a second, Greg. That's all it took. So those first 4 boats will be in the final. Netherlands 1, Netherlands 2. And that is the morning.